Okay, if this is running correctly this time, you guys should have sound in both places and be able to hear me. And hopefully, you guys should be able to pop in here in a second and hear all this. So, as I said previously, I'm doing an Assassin's Creed Valhalla stream and kind of going through this with everyone. So, yeah, a moment ago we were having some issues here and everything, so we're going to start back over with a basic new game and go from there. So, hopefully everyone can hear me. And, yeah, although... Yep, we got 12 people in here. You want to give me a... Yes, you can hear everything now. Good, good. That's what I want to hear. So now, start a new game. Explore. Basic combat. Easy stealth because I suck at it. And yeah, now we're in business, folks. Just takes a moment every now and again. Hi there, retro gamers. So as I said previously, this is the game I've been looking forward to pretty much since the Assassin's Creed games really started, and I realized they were going to different eras because there's just so much you can do with a Viking era.
My tale of time's beginning.
Norwegian language, unfortunately, is not readily available for everyone else.
There was no sand. There was no sea. No earth. Nor sky. No grass.
Yeah, I know, man. Posted a link in the previous chat. It's a bit of a pain. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to go delete that video. I do love this. It's so interesting. They're starting with a tale of the Norse mythology right here.
Came the giant Ymir, first of all beings.
It's funny when you think about the end of the world myths. Most of them end in fire, but the Norse is one of the few that ends in ice, which says a lot about their world.
The world was made.
From the bones of a giant.
You walk and war upon.
Thanks there, Windef. I intend to have a lot of fun with this.
There you are.
The Dark Souls intro. Young Ivor looking around. Looks like we're inside a mead hall of some kind. Got some nice little fat candles here, made out of just the fat of various either whales or pigs or you name it. Humans can even have fat candles, in case you're wondering if you've never seen the movie Fight Club. And since there's only one place to go, you follow the magic light in films like this and see where it takes us. The answer is a feasting hall. I already saw this 2 seconds ago.
Here's a tune for you. One to enliven your step.
Why are we wearing leather? You know, leather is one of those things that I think gets a bit of a bad rap when it comes to stories like this. I know that I've heard again and again and again, oh man, Viking leather, nothing leather. Leather doesn't survive, and in the pictorial record, there are evidences of leather. I mean, as far as fur and stuff like that, it's a cold place. It makes sense to wear furs. So I do think that some leather is appropriate. I mean, shoes especially. I mean, leather armor? Eh. You know, there's some precedent for it, though obviously not as common. But like right here, the guy's on several belts. Those are, you know, basic sort of like sword belt holder style. Those obviously would be leather too. And that particular tunic that he has right there with a button in the middle, you know, not that far off, honestly. Oh, even Ivan Sharp over there, historian by degree, always fun. I'm an archaeologist by degree.
Styrbjörn King, may our clans be forever bonded in friendship and in love.
Okay, we're going to try and, I guess, pledge ourselves, and we're going to present him an arm ring to do it. A torque is what those are called. They can be used as necklaces, or smaller ones are armbands. There's frequent ceremonies mentioned in literature where basically when someone pledges themselves to a king or lord, they are presented with an armband by that lord. So here, using the sun to present it could be sort of interesting. See what's going on.
My sword is grown greedy.
Yeah, Berserker, literally the bear shirt.
Nice having all of these hearty folk in
We can dance. Who are we dancing with? Oh, we're dancing with these ladies. Of course we are. And oh, I'm sorry, that's not a lady. That's a dude. Just a dude in baggy pants. The Kievan Rus style pants, the slightly baggy ones. People don't realize just how far the Vikings actually made it. I mean, they were all over the North Sea, all the way down to Constantinople, going through the Ukraine. They got around for sure. Okay. Hi there, guys. I'm not sure why they put me in front of me there. Guess they must go a different way. Navigate our way through a crowd. That is a drunk man. That is a very drunk man.
Oh, no drink in your fist?
Come on, I'll find you
I
something.
can't. I have a tribute for your father.
Oh, what a piece.
Underage
That
alcohol
must be
consumption,
worth
not as much of a
20
concern
launches.
in the early Middle
Give it
Ages.
here. I'll pass it on.
My father asked me, Sigurd.
Suit yourself. But you're not getting any mead.
Mead, of course, the honeyed wine, alcoholic beverage made from fermented honey as well as other things boiled up, served hot. Still popular in the United States, although interestingly very hard to get now, as bees are becoming increasingly endangered, and because of that,
Hold it up to
you
the light.
don't find them as
Show
easily.
the fine details. See there? I etched his name in runes on the outer band. You'll show him? Mm-hmm. You're just like your father, little berserker. Skull to you.
Go!
You
Cheers,
see?
as it says right there.
He agrees.
Gunnar, it's, yeah, as you mentioned, that guy's name is Sigurd. It could be Sigurd Snake in the Eye. It's kind of hard to say, though, honestly. I mean, they're giving you a lot of things to do here, aren't they? What am I playing with? I'm just playing with a random ball I found. You know what, let's get into the actual part where I'm stabbing people. I feel like this is going to end poorly. Like, I've never seen a Viking celebration that does not end poorly. Buddy, if you're trying to present him something, I think he's busy. Yeah, arm ring. Yep, Bernard Cornwell loves those. If you haven't seen The Last Kingdom, it doesn't come up as much there, ironically, in the show. But the books, man, he loves to go through that again and again, especially his Saxon series, his earlier
Can we
ones.
go stick at the canstones we started yesterday?
It's a good idea. That's in the morning. First light.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Death. Oh, nothing's funnier than watching a man fall 20 feet onto his neck.
Okay. You have a gift to deliver.
And it's funny, looking at her right there, I mean, I can't imagine, even if she was a, a shield maiden, which I think she's supposed to be, why she'd be wearing chainmail in the middle of a feast, but, yet again, there's a certain degree of just, you expect a degree of fantasization to stuff like that, and costume design to make people look unique and interesting. It's not entirely outside the realm of possibility, but, hey, I don't think she'd be wearing it on a evening like this. But I love that tunic on that guy. That is very historical, though. Those nice woolen tunics, they're a little longer down to the knee like that, with the neck mantles. Isn't that the truth? Anytime you see an Assassin's Creed character when they're a child, you know that all their parents are about to be murdered, and they're going to spend the rest of the game getting revenge.
Thank you, Eivor. Now and forever, I am pledged to you.
Hearken well in Hall of Kings. On ocean steed my words gain wings. Odin's mead I forth will bring. For noble deeds that honor sing. The brave men slain Valkyria waits. Rewards for strains of Valhalla takes. And horns resound the mighty horn.
That guy can hold a note.
For those who fight! For those who fight!
Right.
Ready yourself, men! Go. Not you, Ava. Not just yet.
Ah, ancestors on the father's side immigrated from there. If you know how to say it, I would love help in pronouncing that. Currently, I'm just saying that town in Norway, because those are a lot of letters that do not normally factor into pronunciation.
Curtains are raised. Nothing is true until it is severed from the branches of Yggdrasil.
That would be the world tree, and I assume that is the Seer currently talking. and I don't think we're gonna like what we're gonna see out here. I will say, when we get a little further into the game, the voice actor for Ivor seems to be like of a Norse heritage of some kind, because he has a very interesting accent. Oh, your parents are both gonna die. Don't get that horrible death. This kid don't listen. Oh, I thought there's the dude with the sword in his back. Okay, well it makes sense why he sounds so good then. They said the voice actor for the main protagonist here is also a voice actor on Last Kingdom. Yep, this is a raid. What? Oh, I guess it's sort of like everybody stopping.
Accept your fate, die a coward here before your people, and I will spare the rest.
Fight, my love. Do not listen.
Yeah, don't listen to him, dude.
If I give my life, will you spare my clan?
You have my word.
So, I mean, when your people are captured, you never take the word of someone. So what they're saying right now is to be accepted into Valhalla, it's one of those common myths that you have to die with a weapon in your hand as a warrior. So by putting his axe down, he is basically saying that he chooses not to go to Valhalla, which is one of the better Viking afterlives. There are multiple, like multiple feasting halls. Yeah, I mean, we knew that was not going to work out there. Shouldn't they fire the arrows before they enter? Well, I mean, you fire the arrows before and after you enter. I mean, you don't really need to stop. I know that fire arrows are one of those classic things that annoy the heck out of people in video games, but if you're trying to show the arrows, good lord. Yeah, that probably hurt, buddy. Yeah, that horse is about to break through the ice. Let's just, yep, there it goes. Never ask for the word of a man called the Cool. At least never expect him to keep it. And now there's a wolf coming. This is in God of War. You just hold out your hand, it would summon it to you. Oh no, the wolf was skidding. Jeez. Oh. Yeah, honestly, man, that's why... What in the world? Are we dead at the beginning of the game? Yeah, this game is absolutely... I love it so far. It's like steeping itself in Norse mythology. Like, this is not trying to do anything...
overlapped in the same DNA. Not sure why. Fix this or pull me out. I can parse the streams with a filter. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Are we? I don't know what happened, but I can work around it. You'll have to pick a stream to keep things stable.
So I assume this is where you choose between male and female Ivor. Or
modulate your identity based on signal strength. It's up to you.
You know what? I will say, so I've played this very briefly previously. Male Ivor does a great job with his voice. Female Ivor was fine. I do wonder why it has, like, let the Animus choose. It's such an odd thing to do. It's even, you know, the same basic movements and everything. It's like, why does it have two different... Like, do they build it into the script somewhere, or is it just like a, you know, like a throwaway? I kind of want to see, just to see what they come up with right there.
Alright, I'll lock it in and push ahead to a time where these streams are more synchronized.
If it gets too jarring, I'll make sure to kind of pick one or the other, but...
How long have you
I want to see if they actually
been
work it
chasing
into the
wolf
plot.
kissed? 17 winters? 18? Do I now haunt your dreams? Do I warm your loins?
So they just cut right back to the revenge. Just, we know what you want next. Just
You
kill
remember
this guy.
Ah, your father's axe. The weapon of a coward. A scorned snake. Ah, few things would please me more than to kill with this blade. But I know you would defy me to the death, fighting for a glorious end. That I will not allow.
That is a double-headed axe.
You will live your final days enthralled as a slave, humiliated. Your death will be a lonely one.
I love when bad guys spend like half their time making speeches.
Make them suffer. Abel Wolfkiss is no more. That name is dead to this world.
You will be worth your weight in silver.
Not gold, just silver. Maybe bronze.
You move, and I take your eyes. You hear me?
Wind's blowing from the south.
We can.
I mean, yeah, it's a little hammy, but I mean, that bad guy laugh is on point. He knows he's trying to be a bad guy here. That's right, let's strangle this guy with that rope. Yeah, that Minoan Labrys. Oh, that would really be unpleasant to get crushed by.
Kyoto will skin you alive. You will never leave this.
Yeah. The tutorials are sort of built into the games these days. They just assume you're going to have to play through it. Now, one thing I did find a little surprising is you have to use the default controls. I actually kind of played around with it a minute ago. And, like, without going in and reassigning every single button, there's not, like, a default one that lets you choose X or B or something to attack with. Like, they want you to use the triggers in this one. So, I'm just going to have to get used to it, I think. Odin's Sight. Hold for Odin's Sight. Odin, lend me your eye. Singular. Hi there, what's in here? Yep, alright, we got things to loot. Break, 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 break. Okay, why did I break all those? There's nothing in there. Loot! Yes. Press Y to loot like a Viking. That's what we want. Alright, come on. Oh, hey, look. Cooking pot. And something... Oh, yes, I will take the food. Thank you. Oh, so yeah, this is one of the interesting things about this game, is your health doesn't automatically regenerate anymore. You have to eat food. So you have to either gather food, cook food, things like that, and obviously different food gives different levels of things you can heal with, different amounts. But unlike something like Skyrim, say, where you just, like, you know, stop and chain smoke a bunch of cheese wheels, this one you can only carry, I think, 3 total things of food at a time. And you'll notice that little bar in the bottom left, it isn't even filling up with each new one. And it takes like several bits of food to count as one full heal. Yeah, Odyssey's pretty good reference. I didn't get a chance to really fight yet, so I'll see you in a couple seconds here. Man, they got a lot of food. Oh, rations are full, so I can carry 1 ration right now. If I ever get too low, I can consume a ration. That makes sense. Ooh, I love snow physics. Oh, look at that. Hold on, let's see what we can write in the snow. The answer is... That didn't work. That's okay. I don't know, man. I've been hearing weird rumors about CD Projekt and Cyberpunk 2077. I'm not holding my breath for that one anymore. Also, you don't hear about 100-hour workweek crunch coming out of UbiSoft either. raven. The Ravens of Odin. Mugen, and I can't remember the name of the other one off the top of my head. I just remember the name Mugen. Jesus, those birds. Alright, here we go. Ready? Now I can draw something. So we go down, and then back, and then... There we go. Nothing like drawing just giant snow wings. So you test out your physics right there. I think it wants me to climb to the top of Mount Crumpet. Basically, they did not turning to a version of FPS was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, and the game itself was a mile wide and an inch deep, but we'll see. I do like to be wrong on that one. Someone just commented that this looks the way my grandparents used to go to work. I'd go to school every day, you know, uphill both ways in the snow. You know, it's gonna be so cold. Like, we're in here, like, what, like a linen sack, free climbing on top of the spires in, like, well, let's say 20-degree weather. Woof. I cannot imagine how bad that is. Alright, let's see if I can do this right. So it's forward and A to jump, and into the water. Not bad. God, this game is so pretty. I love a good... Oh, yeah. I was wondering where the ice... Getting a little chilly there, probably. Alright, and we need to go, I guess this way. Man, I got a ways to go. I guess that's our next landmark down there. So let's head on down there. Ooh, hey.
I need to be careful.
Ah, yes. Hold it R for Odin's sight.
I should not be seen in this area.
Do I have the ability to assassinate right now? I don't feel like I have the ability to assassinate right now. Based on the fact that nothing is happening, I'll assume I do not have the ability to assassinate right now. Instead, whack the snot out of him. That's right. And, can I pick up the axe? No, I can't pick up the axe. That's okay. Loot me some arrows. Get some more food. Nope, still got full rations. Let's break all these things. Not bad. Okay, cool. Yeah, gameplay's still in the air. Yeah, I mean, it looks, what little I played, I mean, I actually think it's a lot prettier than Odyssey, personally, just because the environments are a lot better. Yeah, I know, right? That water jump definitely is a little hypothermia-inducing. Call my raven. For a raven's eye view. No longer do we have an eagle. We have a thematic raven. I don't know why. I just realized I'm doing a Kirk Douglas accent, because I used to watch the movie Vikings when I was younger. Because that's when I think of Vikings, I think of Kirk Douglas. Walarani! Hey man, welcome back from the Discord. Glad you found me today. Hypothermia is a myth. I wish hypothermia was a myth. God, that is such a weird thing. Let's see. Ooh, lovely little hut right here. These little basic houses. It's funny, you don't think about thatch houses growing things on the top of them, but it's true. Over time, those roofs do start to collect moss and things like that. So if it's an abandoned house, you get some stuff pretty quick. You know, these carved posts and stuff like this, I absolutely love in these Norse-inspired games. Now, this is a later style, the animalistic style. You'll notice it has, like, dogs and stuff running along there. And this is really inspired by a lot of carvings from the period, but also a stave church, which comes from a bit later. Whether or not the basic house had something like that on it is obviously up for debate, but let me get something to scroll. Prepare the child for the slavers. Well, I mean, that just seems rude. I mean, maybe a note for people about it. I'm just impressed he can write, honestly. But, yeah, I mean, whether or not everybody carved their little doorsteps, you couldn't say, but, I mean, it's perfectly possible, especially something simpler like this. I mean, you know, if you're living in the same house for years and years, there's no reason you couldn't paint it. I've always found these sort of monochromatic brown worlds for the Middle Ages to be a bit disingenuous. I mean, it's a very colorful, gilded world, so I'm glad to see them kind of going the route to make it a little prettier here. How long does the download? I don't know. I could check and tell you at the end. It's just been a little bit... Hold on, he must be aiming at something. Oh, let's aim at that guy. Hey, bud, guess what? I'm about to shoot you in the face. Boop! Oh, I'm sorry, you want some too? Because it seems like you want some too. Boop! Oh, archery is so overpowered in these games. Just like in reality. If you're good with a bow, it's kind of hard to counter, unless you're wearing a good helmet. Here he goes in again in a history ramble. I know, right? How dare the guy that specializes in Viking warfare talk about Viking warfare in game. And, you know, it's fun because later on in the Middle Ages, like, the bow really became sort of the weapon of cowards, you know, as knightly duels and stuff like that came. But the Vikings themselves had no problems with bows. I mean, you know, there's a lot of sagas where, you know, people are shooting back and forth, but, you know, if someone did challenge someone else to a duel, you were sort of expected to fight. It's sort of the idea of open warfare versus, you know, ritual combat.
Clash of iron. There is fighting.
What do you think about playing Supreme Viking? Cool take on history, or UbiSoft playing gender politics to try the slash harassment allegations? I'm going to refer back to several National Geographic specials, because I love National Geographic.
You old hound. You live.
Dag end. That is a dag on the sheep is the poop-covered area of hair around the bunghole, in case you're wondering what a dag is, by the way.
A mistake he'll regret.
I have no problems with shield maidens. I think that historically there's a lot of precedent for it, and there's definitely bodies that have been buried with arms and armor. And I've always heard the argument that, oh, well, you know, they could have just been buried with it. It's like, yeah, but I mean, if it walks like a duck, dresses like a duck, and quacks like a duck, I mean, that's how you define a duck. So, yeah. Gameplay-wise, though, they're exactly identical. The arms, the motions, everything is the same. Even the armor fits just, like, almost exactly the same. If you play male Ivor, he's a very slight dude. Even their height is the same.
The longhouse for our crew. Oh, and here. This corpse will not have need of it.
Ooh, good. Correctly made shield.
I'll meet you by the ship.
I do find her voice actor to be a little like she's trying too hard, but I like that these shields they have are the center grip, where it's, you know, not the one where it's like strapping onto their hands right there. Battle for the Northern Way. Let's see. Can I just automatically do it? Nope, I gotta equip it. Right, so let's go equip that. Yep. Main hand, yep. Secondary hand, yep. Two-handed. Do I have two-handed weapons already? I want a two-handed weapon already. Do I have a two-handed option? No, I didn't think so. Right, so you can dual-wield shields. I don't know why you would, but I mean, you totally can. But some of the more interesting things about this game is your right bumper attacks and your left bumper swings with your left hand. So if I had two swords, it'd go swing, 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 swing. But in the case of shields, it would be like bash, 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 bash. Reveal opportunities can be independently from the main hand. You know, I assume they want me to do something besides run in like a moron and attack people. Yeah, they did. So as Akutski leader pointed out, there's several situations in history where they sort of just uncovered a grave, and because it had weapons or because it had armor, they're like, oh, it's a male. And they sort of just stopped right there, and they go back again. And like, you know, whether or not they identified as female during life is another question, but they definitely were genetically female, which is something else entirely. And, you know, the idea of Valkyries is a long, straining tradition in Norse society, and that probably was inspired by something, you know? I mean, that stuff doesn't come out of nowhere. You know what? That was just really poor of me. Here, tell you what, bud, here.
That will cost you patience.
That's right. Come on. Chop you in the face. There we go. Now we're going to loot. Whoop. Alright, come on. Shield bash. Oh, that's a block. Oh, this is just a straight block. How do you attack that? Oh, do you have to, like... I think it's just straight block, so that allows you to just block. We can get a different weapon in that case, but it is good just to have a straight block, I suppose. Can I roll? Can I dodge roll? Dodge roll? Dodge roll? Dodge roll? Dodge roll? That's not a dodge roll. That's a skip. Okay.
Let the fates throw you.
Well, you got a shield, so there's no way around that unless they hit you really hard. Everybody knows basic heavy attacks out. Outfox your shield tactics. And this little guy. Hey, buddy, guess what? Fix the face. Nice. Love those animations at the end.
Crew should be inside.
Beating someone with have two blunt instruments that are shields. I mean, perfectly possible. It's interesting, the Vikings themselves didn't consider the shield to be something that would block. The translation that I've heard a number of times is the net of spears, implying that its job was sort of to catch a blade, and that, you know, it was going to break, it was going to fail. It was more meant to sort of stick things and slow it down, and they're not necessarily used in just a defensive manner either. There's this really great Polish group years ago that kind of went through and recreated Viking combat based off the think it was the 1314 fight book, the Tower fight book. But there's this document in the Tower of London. It's one of the oldest surviving fighting manuals. And they sort of, went through and tried to interpret their buckler and small short sword from 1314 and put it backwards. And, surprise, it worked really well. The techniques were still basically there. I don't even know where I'm going right now. I should probably look around for a second. Find and rescue my crew. I should call the Raven. Hey, Raven.
I need your eyes, my
They
friend.
are in the Longhouse. That makes sense. Yeah, so you're going to get assassin abilities here in a minute, I think. I think there's actually an assassin that shows up. The idea that, since I said earlier, the Vikings were all up and down the seaboards, I think they're going to come back with somebody from the Middle East or from either Greece or Egypt, which have, in the lore of Assassin's Creed, established colonies at this point. Can I just, go in the front door? In John P., I like the worlds of this one better. But especially because they have base building mechanics. I'm a sucker for base building mechanics. But, in the old Assassin's Creeds, I used to do the counterattack spamming with Ezio. I just sit there and wait for them to attack me and then just murder them 100 times in a row. So, this is definitely a sight better. I'm actually really impressed that it let me climb down through the chimney right here, the roof opening. I wasn't sure if it was going to let me. I like the logic of that.
Time to die. I want to make a mess of it. Fuck around.
Okay, I guess we're just going to drop down and, go for it, huh? Ghost of Tsushima's combat is fantastic, but it's a different kind of combat. It is definitely designed around duels and really quick actions. I'm a huge fan of that, and I think Ghost of Tsushima is also why we will never see a Assassin's Creed Japan in the near future, because it was just too good. And it has that same style to the point that there's really no reason to make that game.
But if you wish to be my first sacrifice, Odin will be more than happy to receive you.
You just killed yourself, Archery.
Going to split you.
Lock on the target. You know what? Let's do something. So we were talking a minute ago about how you can change abilities, things like that. I believe it's the left button, right button. Nope. Main menu. There it goes. So you can change appearance and things like that at any time. And one of those is if it's lady or male Ivor. And I can't remember where that is. So you got your HUD options, things like that. Basic gameplay stuff. Where is the option to change Ivors? Because I remember it being in here. I think it's Animus. Yep, change Ivor. So we can change over to the male because we've been seeing the lady for a little bit here. You guys can see the male. And you'll see instantly the dialogue, like the vocal delivery is very different. I actually prefer this guy's delivery, but as far as the body type goes, they're identical. Even the movements are the same. Well, I mean, the rats do look pretty big in this game. Historical accuracy goes. The wolves are also a little oversized. Anything that can kill you is a bit big here. They want to make sure you see it. It's more a gameplay feature. Like, as I've gotten older, I've become much more willing to accept the fact that, sometimes you got to make some concessions to history to make sure something actually works appropriately. Oh, I have to hit back now. So, yeah. You'll notice, same looking guy with this really scraggly looking beard. God. All right. Whoa, that's unblockable. So they got these health systems, so your boss fights aren't just, going to be one-hit kill most times. I believe there are some stealth missions, but, I'm not sure if you're going to kill main boss guys that way. They want to definitely make these boss fights feel fun and technical and a little Dark Souls-esque. It's just different concepts of what you want to do there. Come on. Stamina. Stamina is consumed when dodging or missing an attack. When you run out of stamina, you can't dodge or block until it's been restored. So in other words, don't dodge too much. Oh, shit. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I actually think in every one of them, there's one voice actor that's a little better. I think this is the better voice actor in this one, personally. They just kill me in one hit? Holy crud. Well, he does have two giant mallets for hands. That's pretty legit. I'm not even going to, argue on that one. Yeah, the tyranny of King Washington was a really interesting alternate history. I really dug on that as a concept. Does it load back as in a female Ivor? That's interesting. I'll switch back off her after I finish fighting this guy here.
I will spare your life.
Shut your hole and fight.
Die, you sack of shit!
Alright, bud. Come on, do whatever you're gonna do. And you got attack coming. There you go. So you take your big telegraphed attack, and I'll smack you a couple times, and let's go to phase 2. Phase 2 seems to be you have hammers in your hands, so let's figure that out. It's hammer time. I hope we can keep his hammers or his axe. I want an axe. I want the big Dane axes in this game. And I suppose... Okay, I'm not sure if I bugged him or whatnot, but he's gonna... I love just shooting people in the face with a bow and arrow. It's the cheapest strategy in the world. I love doing that. There's one character you can just switch if it's a male or female representation within the game.
If I give my life, will you spare my clan?
Yeah, that makes sense. Saint Helmet from a game of like how they actually implemented it. Just saying that the character models are probably an equipped item, so you can equip a different skin. Hello? Wolf? Okay. We're just gonna pretend this is normal, huh? Oh. Alright then. We're just gonna walk on out. Yeah, you can sweep at any time. I'll actually swap as soon as this is over. I was just in the middle of a fight. I died, so it loaded back to a previous skin, I guess, because as he said, it counts as like an armor or something, I guess. Who in the hell was that? Oh, that's Yggdrasil. That's a world tree if I ever saw one. A bloody sky.
Eivor, are you bewitched? Unbind us.
What? Oh. Yes, of course.
Huh. That was fun. Change Ivor back over to a male so we can keep doing that. And we just got a whole bunch of new equipment that looks awesome. So let's put that on. Get some cloaks. Right. And we got some actual tunics. This is the switch over to having 2 axes. Which is cool. Because cool guys always use 2 axes. Swap over to some furred boots. Get some nice Raven Clan bracers. And boom! Look at that. That is what's called a protagonist look right there. It's got extra detail and everything. Alright, bud. Sorry. I realize you probably wanted to not be tied up that whole time. But, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, some people pay for that sort of thing, let's be honest.
Even if your wits were somewhat rattled.
Listen here. If you can breathe, you can fight. Now come. We take back our ship.
See what I mean about that voice actor? You're instantly like, yeah, this guy sounds like a Viking. Alrighty. Get some more arrows, because that is the fastest way to kill people in the world. Hey, guys.
Meet your fate.
Keep focused.
I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss. I couldn't get it lined up. I tried. Didn't happen. Alright, so let me see if I can get this right. Oh no, left hand's like a parry or something. Interesting. Oh, come on, man. What's going on? It's like... Jeez Louise, just grinding on people. Golly. Just murdering folks. Heal. Loot it, loot it, loot, 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 loot. Hey guy, what's up? I do love these giant melees. These guys are sort of already distracted, so you just walk up behind them and you're like, hey man, guess what? Axe to the back. Man, I will say, just two-handed, like, axe in each hand, you're spinning around like a doofus the entire time. I feel like you're just opening yourself up to be hit. Is there somebody still attacking somewhere in here? What's going on? Oh, yep. Pop a little pie there. Man, that guy got it bad. Jeez Louise. Dual axes and an awesome bow. Yep. Is this an enemy? I feel like this is an enemy. Yep. Come on. Hoop. Better about dodging around with this build. Let's do my little X skip. Yeah. I think this is one of these builds that'll get a little bit easier to use as I get further along and unlock some abilities and things like that. But right now, it's just a little clunky. Not clunky, it's just takes a lot more pressing X and dodging around. Dual shield combat. As soon as I get a second shield, you totally can. I'd love to see dual shield combat. I'm curious myself. Right now, they only got the one. Oh. Read. Storehouse is sealed. Just look at, yeah. They're making literacy seem a lot more common than it probably was during the era, though. Oh, there's my boat. I think that's where I'm going. Yeah, you can dual wield shields in this one. They said you can do shield and shield. So I'm definitely keen to try it. Love this animation. It's pretty cool. Whoa, that arm came off. That is an arm off. Archer guy somewhere? I could have sworn I just saw an arrow. Eh, whatever. What's your favorite Warhammer 2? I know you're from Total War content the most. You know what, man? I am all over the place. I'm a big Bretonnia fan, just because I really like the style of them. I'm a sucker for the medieval era, but I actually don't like playing them that much. It's the irony of playing stuff like that. That's right. Ask for a song. Give me a shanty, boys. Yeah, so man, it does feel so much better. So I actually played this part in the beta, and it was the ships were a little squirrely. This one, they really seem to kind of you can see how much harder it is to turn. Like I'm cranking all the far away to the left and right.
The men who humiliated us are dead. What is that to say?
Oh, something like I was stupid, selfish, reckless, blind, bone-headed, and I smell like blood and shit.
I like my version better.
So you can see, I mean, on the open seas, this controls a lot like Origins and Odyssey.
Someone is setting up an outpost on that island.
Shunker's men, gnawing at any piece of open land like dogs worrying a bone.
Even with you half in the grave, we could easily take them.
Bring the sail in.
Oh no, archery was definitely very common in the Viking era. I mean, it's like hunting, just like anything else. I mean, most people would have been trained to hunt and things like that. That's right, press Y to raid. Blow that horn. Let's go do this. Alright, come on, go ashore. Guess what? Hey, 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 coming at you. God, I'm dancing. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a... Do they have butterflies in Norway? Feels like they should have butterflies in Norway. That sounds like it's still accurate. If I pre-order, can I play that now? Nope. Sorry, man. I was lucky enough to contact UbiSoft about a month ago, and I was like, hey, I know a lot about Viking history. I don't suppose you guys would be cool with me, you know, playing the game. They're like, oh, yeah, sure. We don't know who you are, but, you know, as long as you abide by certain rules, we're down with that. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm fine. Because I've always loved this series, man. I've played all of them. You know, I think anybody who's into history in any way, shape, or form has played the Assassin's Creed games. It's one of the only popular depictions of them in video games, really. At least on... you know, consoles. Obviously, PC has some more options there. Definitely butterflies in Norway. Good to know. Just didn't seem like the kind of place that would have butterflies. You know, being, oh man, did you just put this on fire? Did you just light this? Are you standing in the fire? God, that is hardcore. I admire your dedication to, like, the amount of... Ooh, can I do torches? Hold on. Yes. Let me... Like, can I set things on fire? I can set myself on fire. That was not intentional. Quick, run around in the snow. Let me see if I can just burn the whole house down. Yes, please. Viking Fantasy Simulator 2020. Yes, more torches. All the torches right up there. Come on, how many does it take to burn this sucker down? Do it for me, boys. Come on, everybody, get in here. Get in on this. The good stuff. We just keep infinite torches. We just pull out of nowhere, and they're always pre-lit. Ah, God, I wish I'd burn that place down. Whatever. It's alright. Put that on my feedback. It's like everything should be allowed to be burned. Please. I do like that basically every rock surface can be climbed. They're not going to like try and stick you to going to like a certain location every time. Let's see, hold the Fjordsberg. Fornsberg. Is this the only thing on the island? I think it's the only thing on the island. I'm supposed to go in there and loot something, I'm sure. Yep, so hold down your little right thumbnail and you get your awesome treasure. Ooh, nice axe called Bone Biter, which you know is just going to do some absolute damage. Power to light yourself a flame and dual axes. 2,200 types of butterflies in Norway. That just doesn't sound accurate at all. I feel like somebody did not take the time to count all those types of butterflies. I feel like they got to about 30 and they're like, let's say there's 2,220. That makes, I mean, it sounds better, right? So what is this? This is a fine Dane axe. Ooh, two-handed axe. That's all I wanted in life. Yes, please. Oh, yeah. That's what I wanted. Look at that. Look at that arc. That is some serious radius on this. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I gotta calm down. I got a little excited there. I'll admit that. That's okay, though. I'm a sucker for Dane axes. Ever since I started researching the Battle of Hastings when I was younger, and I found out all the huskarls at Hastings basically had these 5.5 foot long axes. And it turns out a 5.5 long axe is kryptonite to a mounted cavalryman. Just the idea of somebody standing there while a dude runs at him with a on a horse, and yet still is willing to chop him about a half a second before he reaches him is just awesome. You know, the cojones it takes to do something like that. Open sail. Oh, I got a good villain laugh. See, that's the kind of villain laugh that comes with government service and career in teaching. You got to have the merciless, no pity for whoever you're laughing at. That's the key to things like that. It's an inner hatred of oneself. Oh yeah, that's Beatrice. Sorry, my neighbor's just pulled up. It's not a puppy. She's like 3, but yeah, she's a Bichon free Schnauzer.
Just take care, Eivor. Such hatred can make you careless. What he did to your father, he did to all of us. You are not in this fight alone.
Wise words about how we should not take revenge that I will not heed. Is anything level gated? So thus far, nothing has been level gated. I know that in later areas, you'll go to a... Right, so right now we're in Norway, so you can kind of see there's not a lot of level gating right here. It's sort of just everything's good. Suggested power level 1, suggested power level 280, so clearly this area is. So we need to come back to fight in that area. But the areas you'll go to seem to, like, once you get to an area, you sort of kind of follow the quest line a little bit from there, if that makes sense. So it sort of like naturally progresses you to the next place. Like they've done a good enough job where the idea that you have to like pay for like a leveling service or experience stuff like that doesn't seem to be an issue this time. If you just, you know, play the area.
Of course you will. Is that not something you worry over?
Yeah, axes were cheaper than swords. Yeah, swords are very, very rare in the historical record. Like, I mean, they're just so expensive to make. I mean, the same amount of steel could make like 2 or 3 axes, and they do exactly the same thing. I mean, it was definitely a status weapon as opposed to effect. I mean, even then, shields were basically... swords were basically secondary or even tertiary weapons. I mean, your primary weapon would be a spear, and then you go to a javelin, or you know, start with a javelin, then go to a spear, and then if the spear broke, then you would go to something like a sword. I mean, you're giving up reach every time you do that. So, for the most part, people didn't... Am I in the right place? Sail home to Fornburg. Okay, am I not on Fornburg? This seemed like Fornburg to me. Okay, am I... Oh, no, okay, I gotta keep going around the fjord here. My mistake. Let's just hit follow coast.
Need to row our way.
The autopilot does not like that. Come on, you guys can do this. Are we beached? Oh yeah, we gotta row backwards. I think I've managed to parallel park a Viking ship between a rock and a harbor. So let's get it going. Oh man, I just noticed the craftsmanship on that tail right there. That's so gorgeous. This is probably based off the Osberg ship in Norway, which, I mean, you don't realize just how big these things were, even though they were clinker built like this. But I mean, these things could hold, you know, 50, 60, 80 guys on them when they got up to full size. They were the Ferraris of the North Sea for, you know, 30, you know, probably about 300 years. You know, I haven't seen. I want to see Cody stand for Bridget. Oh man, God, Stanford Bridge is one of those things that I can write in my sleep, a 3-part story that goes Fulford, Stanford Bridge, and Hastings. But I refuse to do it for my channel because I'm not good enough yet. Like, I want to make a video series that goes over the history of those events so badly, but I just haven't done it yet. I mean, it's just like I feel like I'm not there. Like, I want it to be better. I want it to be perfect. You know, because I want to tell those stories so well. Dock. Press Y to dock. Oh man, there's a good joke there. Good thing my wife isn't here. She would not appreciate me saying press Y to dock. It's a little more complicated than that, guys. I'm gonna be honest right here. You gotta, like, you know, take people out to dinner first. You can't just like walk up to the nearest port master you see and expect to dock your ship. This is not. It's gonna be on PS4 and Xbox. This is being played on PC at the moment. Hello, lady. What's up?
We thought we had lost you, Eivor.
Hey there.
This time.
A warm welcome as always, Randvi.
You look like reddened shit. What happened?
Reddened shit. That is very specific.
Say the men who delayed us are dead. And how are you?
Well enough. Though I have spent many tiresome days calming the rages of our king. He is not happy with you.
Well, I imagine not. This guy runs off and does what he wants all the time.
And what of Sigurd? Has he returned from his raids?
My husband should be home today. The last we heard, he was approaching Stavanger.
Good to hear. We have need of his courage.
Sigurd will not save you from his father's wrath, Eivor.
So, now what you're talking about right there, where this Arabic explorer who visited the Kievan Rus, is a very specific situation that was made into the movie The 13th Warrior, but Ibn al... He means the son of something, I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. But he was specifically going to a Viking funeral of a great king, and like the men attending him were all his shieldsmen, or his hearth warriors. So that would be the 10 men that were equipped by the local king. So they would be equipped by him. So of course they would all have swords, like they basically be his honor guard. You know, so these guys would look the best of the best. And so the men he was encountering are not really representative of a larger Viking society. And interestingly, that's basically the only account we have of Viking funeral rites or religious rites. Yep, that's it, Fahad. Thank you.
Stirred something in me. A feeling I've not had since...
Played by Antonio Banderas, the Spanish guy.
Since the day
in the movie. Very underrated film.
Past agonies, of sadness and pain.
I should speak with Valka. She could help me make sense of my feelings.
Take your time getting settled.
I'm a very burly man. I don't understand these feelings.
Maybe Gunnar can help you with both.
I will let you know.
I love that line reading. Any chance of confusion with the sax? A sword? So saxes are... I mean, a sax is a single-edged long knife, probably no more than about 2 feet long. You know, they did have longer, like 3-foot-long single-edged blades as well. It's possibly would have confused the two, but then again, were they run off to kill Grendel? So the 13th Warrior is the one where Grendel is not one person. Grendel is an army of like Neanderthals. Yeah, but there is apparently a Beowulf quest in this game when you get to England, because Beowulf was originally written down for the first time around this period from Alfred the Great's era. So there's apparently a quest or a reference to Beowulf sometime coming up as part of the like early purchaser thing. Yo, bud, you a blacksmith?
Welcome back.
Gunnar, I have something here you might like to see.
You know, Gunnar lost his hair in the intervening 20 years. He used to have like this really great big bushy head. Now he's just, you know, bald as a cue ball. I feel you, bro. I really do.
I have not seen this beauty since, well, for some time. I forged this weapon long ago. Still looks good. One of my finest, I think.
So this is an example where leather makes perfect sense. I mean, leather blacksmithing aprons. I mean, geez, we still use those today. It's the fastest way to keep fire off of you.
And as luck will have it, I have 1 ingot left for the job.
Are you sure?
Nice.
The fates have willed it so. But in future, bring your own metal ingots. I cannot forge them from empty air.
Yeah, the ingots are what's actually so difficult to attain. That's one of the reasons they say that the Vikings traded as far as they did. I mean, a lot of their steel was being brought from as far away as the Middle East. I mean, they've found, you know, things as far as northern Iran, you know, the isotopes in the metal being used for these. How large is the map? Good question. I'll show you in a second right here.
That should do it. Anything else?
Fix yourself will deal some damage.
That's all for now.
Classic line from Skyrim. God, look so forward to Elder Scrolls 6. That'd be great. So yeah, as someone else says, here is the map, right? So this is where we fought that guy a minute ago over here. And then we sailed for 5 minutes, and they got here. And this is just Norway. This is not even England. England has about 4 or 5 provinces of this equal size. And theoretically, you can also go to North America based on early screenshots and things like that. And there's also supposed to be like an Asgard realm, yet again, based on screenshots. So there's a lot to see. A whole lot of Norse world to see right here and do with it. Sorry, I want to see his smithing setup. So right here, he looks to be smelting iron. So what happens is, this is the charcoal, and he puts the iron ore on top. And they heat it up to the necessary amount, and then it slowly melts down to the bottom down there in this little thing. And it like and so they put it all out, and it cools into this giant sort of like hunk. And it goes in there. All right, fine, chat. I'll see if he's got a sword for sale. All right, shield for sale. Damn, Jesus Christ, you guys are incessant.
What can you do for me?
Let me see what you have on offer. Do you have a shield on offer? Light shield. He looks like he's just an enhancer. He doesn't really do anything except like make things prettier, it looks like.
Need anything else?
Unless I missed it right there. Let me see what I have to offer. Yep, no, sorry guys. He doesn't really sell anything yet.
Return anytime.
Well, so the shields and fighting people on a bridge requires the double-headed axe. But yeah, those aren't necessarily related. But I will try my best on that. Hey, how are you? You look like a nun. Are you a nun?
Hi. Can you point me to some good hunting grounds?
I could, but I don't want every iron foot with a bow scaring away the game. Bring me 3 deer antlers to prove your skills, and I might just have a story for you.
A worthy challenge. I will see you soon.
Yeah, the classic, I don't have any shields for sale, but I do have 30, you know, lying around me has always been a bit odd to me. It's like, it feels like I should be able to pick one of these up and kind of call it a day, but, you know. Game design. Let's see what that person down there wants. What's up?
It must be finished now.
If you have any other business, it may be wise to do it now. Let him cool down.
To speak to Volker first.
Yeah, apparently the DLC, there's 2 DLC upcoming from the game. One of them will take you to Ireland, and the second one will take you to Paris, for the Siege of Paris. So the 2 big DLC planned for this one are Ireland and Paris. So yeah, you're going to Ireland, which is directly correct for this period. A lot of people think that Ivar the Boneless was actually a Irish king. So, you know, the Norse were heavily into Ireland, Isle of Man, and all that during this period.
Have you designed any new tattoos?
Tattoos.
Looking at?
Show me your tattoos.
Go ahead.
Come on, boy. Sun's out, guns out, buddy. You got this. Oh, yeah. Look at this. So we got Ivar's head, and we can be like, ooh, look at this. I can look at that Sol filter on there. The Jormungandr. So that's the serpent, the world serpent. Hell. Not as in like bad guy with the goddess Hel. That's the Raven. Raven Shadow and Raven Guard on the head. So we can get that and that. I actually just like the little bit of basic Viking eye makeup. Pretty badass looking. And we can change some beard options here. We can go scraggly, weirdness, clean shaved, combat beard. I guess that means this is bound up. What I like to call the hobo tramp beard, possibly also Gandalf the poo ground, or Radagast, if one will. Original beard, and fancy schmancy beard. Look at that. It's got like, look at how it wiggles. I like that beard physics. So I can put some effort in that. That looks just like Alexios from the last game. Let's go fancy beard. And let's do something that doesn't involve nasty looking dreadlocks. Classic light. Shaved head, classic dark. Shaved head, classic red. Ooh, you can be a red-haired Viking. Shaved red. I kind of like the idea of being a red-haired Viking. That's kind of awesome. I can be a red-haired archer lady. We'll come back to that later. That's cool. Like, they let you, like, really customize the heck out of this guy.
See you later, Svein.
Sure.
Dragging the Iron Ship on beating the most the Vikings used to give. Well, I mean, the Vikings gave up after 300 years. I mean, it wasn't like it was an immediate sort of like, oh, we give up. It was like after a really long time of fighting back and forth, they're like, all right, we'll go somewhere else. But even by then, they were so indoctrinated into the culture, they were still used as mercenaries for years to come. But yeah, the Vikings held Dublin and several other ports along the coast, and so they kept trying to exert control over the... What in the world did I just get? Apparently that was like the thing to unlock all the stuff that comes with the game, I guess. Oh, you get snow stuck on you. Look at that. Snowy pants. Jeez Louise. What? Why am I just like continuing to unlock stuff? This doesn't feel correct. Maybe that's like... Jeez. Oh, dude, Brave. When the first time I saw Brave, I was like, oh, someone else builds a character just like this. When I played Dota, I used to play Wind Ranger back in the day all the time. So I always have 2 characters I build in every game I play. Because I'm just, I don't know, I roleplay basically at all times when I play games. And one of them is a dude with a giant mustache and a big axe, which, you know, clearly is what I'm playing right now. And the other one is a red-haired lady with a bow and arrow who likes to shoot people in the face. And, yeah, when I have those 2 things, yeah, I'm happy. That's 90% of the characters I play is just those 2. I don't know why I'm running around like a moron right now. I feel like there's a... Holy crap! That caribou just let me sneak up on him. You know what, bud? You deserve what happens next. Like, I'm not even gonna, like... Yeah, you deserve that. You really, really deserve that, pal. How's the game so far? Oh, Koi, it's pretty good. I'm not sure you can meme the hell out of it, but then again, you're a genius, so I expect you to be able to meme the hell out of it. How's the weight and the combat feeling? So far, pretty good. Each one definitely feels a little different as far as like how you're moving. There's a lot of difference between the different styles. The two-handed axes has a lot of spinning going with it, versus like the big two-handed axe, or sorry, the single-handed axes you dual wield feels different than the two-handed axes I was messing with a second ago. Yeah, Horizon's on. Yeah, I started playing that recently. I was like, oh man, this is like my bag all over it, man. Yeah, everybody's got their things, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know why. I've always just found those 2 character classes are the ones I end up kind of gravitating to, and so I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about huge character designs where it's like creating something new every time. You know, part of being a writer and, creating things like Noob Guys, stuff like that, you have to find personality and create characters that may not necessarily have one. And so I find that if I spend... I can lose hours in a character designing system. So I'm just like, boom, here's one of 2 defaults, and let's go from there. How's the variation weapon? So far, it's just been... Well, I'll just show you. Hi there, you're a horse. Let's check something. Ready? Come on. Gotta show off something to Okoi. He demands it. Clearly, this is what Okoi wanted. I can see from chat, this is what he demands. Come on, we got this. Yeah. Right, so that gives you an answer right there. And here's some pigs. And with these pigs, I will demonstrate the use of... axes. Oh! I got 2 shields. Somehow I have 2 shields, so based on my demands from chat, we will now... Right, ready? Here we go. Jeez! This is where it's at as combat goes. Come on, beating people to death with shields. Ha! You know what? I gotta say, I kind of feel bad that we just murdered basically the entire food stock for winter for this town. But, as it doesn't seem to have any local guards, that's okay. Interesting, what you're seeing right here is a very traditional type of fencing. It's also seen in a lot of houses built during the period called wattle and daub. But basically you weave these sticks together and then you cover them over in plaster, and that is how they build a lot of Saxon period houses during this era. So you'll see that later on in the game when we go to England in the walls quite frequently. Double shields, right? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I should like really stop for 2 seconds and stop like monkeying around in chat. All right, quest. What do we got going on here? Cool. We got like quests. Great. The Seer's Solace. So should we go talk to the Seer? Right, the lady who's going to make us feel better. Alright, let's go do that. And then I think I can call a horse, even though I just killed a horse, because this game's cool with that. Yep, they're cool with that. You're cool with it, right? Like, if I kill you, would you feel bad? Yeah, this Seer does not live nearby. I bet the Seer lives on top of the mountain. This is definitely, I think, the Seer lives on top of the mountain. Do you see a horn? I see horns. I think this is a drinking game.
No one who will go around with me?
Oh, I'll go around with you. Come on, let's do this.
Alvis tells me this brew is too strong. Think you can handle a few rounds?
Probably not, but I will try. It is well known among my friends that I do not drink much alcohol. Let's do it. Hey, 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 skull, 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 skull. This is not as easy as it looks. Yeah, alright, they changed up the timing. Come on, guys, you're messing with me. You're gonna do 3 horns? Alright, we got this. Lady, you are a lightweight. You're not even like, I just looked over at her. That was my own fault. Stop looking at her, man. You're choking on your own horn. Stop choking your horn. Got this. Come on, skull, skull. I feel like I should like go get some mead and like play along with this. We're tipping. Did not know that was gonna happen. That's cool. Skull, 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 skull. This is not. I did not expect this to be a mini game, honestly. I do wonder if like the consumption of alcohol because of this game will go up. Like I wonder if this is the Viking style drinking parties. 3 horns! Who wins? Like, this is not a small amount of alcohol. Like, I am getting concerned about this character a little bit. Star. Skull, you got it. Come on, skull. One more time. Skull. Alright. Boom, skull. Skull. That's right, we won the drinking challenge. Frat boys across the world celebrate. That is definitely a thing that has happened. Alright, we can stumble back to the horse. Where's the horse at? Here's our horse. Things like don't drink and ride, but we got this. The horse knows where we're going. Horse, you know where we're going, right? Follow the road, horse. You got this. I can't steer. Who must have been? I've been to London yet. I have not. I'm still in Norway. How much fill can the average fit in the average drinking horn? Right? I guess it depends on the size of the cow. To put it bluntly. I think that's definitely dependent on the cow itself. That drinking horn right there, I mean, that was probably 1.5 pints per horn. I mean, they're not as big as you would think they'd be. Skull a beer comes from? I've never heard of sculling a beer. I think sculling a beer is when you take it when you're done, then you like crush it against your forehead. At least that's when I've always heard it. Don't drink and horse, I know, right? So we got this. I think she's at the top of the mountain. This road looks like it's going roughly the correct way, based on the fact that everybody is using it. Were they trying to say skull? Yeah. No, man, I'm not sure we're going to loop around. It feels like we should loop around. Scouting lookout. Feels like we're going up to the top of that mountain in Skyrim with 1,000 steps. If halfway up we encounter a mountain troll, we know the designers also had the same thought. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I'm getting serious flashbacks of that now, actually. There's got to be a mountain troll around here somewhere. There's no way. Valka's hut. I'm going to be honest right now, man. Like, I wouldn't call that a hut. I'd call that a stave church. Like, huts, I expect a certain level of, like, mud on the floor and, like, poor builtness. This is not a hut. This is a religious complex at best. But yeah, yet again, based on that late-style Norse churches I was talking about. Man, that is a really big human skull. Like, dude, that guy had a noggin. Hi there, random seer lady who likes to have some serious chains and stuff over the walls. I think I should be concerned right now.
Valka? Hush. I need silence to hear the songs of nature. Hamuram. Hamuram.
Svala.
She gives praises and she is greeted. For your hearing I hearken. O ancient ones, great Great Odin, great Freya, I give you thanks for your gift of Seer.
She gives thanks and she is blessed.
Eivor, it has been some time. What brings you so far to see me?
Well, I mean, besides the fact you're rather
I have
fetching.
come for your advice on a private matter.
It's herpes.
Is your mother well?
Her mind is a jumble. She speaks to spirits. I fear her final winter has come.
The idea that this position is a hereditary one is sort of interesting. It makes sense in most religious societies, things like this. The duties would be passed down mother to child, much like how chieftainships, things like that.
A powerful vision. It may have been my battle lust, or a delirium caused by the cold, but...
Describe it for me.
The dude with the wolf.
17 years, I saw my father's axe again. And when I touched it, the vision came on fast. There was a wolf, howling and fierce. And then a figure. A grey beard in a cloak, with a single eye. He bid me follow him.
Oh, I know who that is. That's Odin, Allfather, the Traveler.
He calls to you. Perhaps he means to speak with you, deliver a message. Only through Seer will you see more clearly and unravel the threads that sit.
I don't know Seder. That's a new word for me. I know, right? That sounds like PTSD. What do you brew? What do you brew? I dare you to drink it.
An elixir to loosen your hur and unwind your thoughts. You will enter a waking sleep.
You're gonna trip. You're gonna trip, bro.
Of dreams.
Yeah, Vikings hallucinogenics, very common things. There was a study done years ago that basically a lot of people think that the Berserker may have been brought on by certain hallucinogenic mushrooms and things like that found in Norway. They found some of them in a grave and were like, you know, it's possible they ate these. It's if you've seen the TV show Vikings, they actually do that at one point before a battle. They eat that and then go into a trance and fight. You know, historicity is unclear, but then again, this is one of those periods where there's not a lot of written sources. All of it seems to come from outside, so they didn't write a lot about themselves and their own practices. Oh yeah, he's about to go somewhere crazy. Somebody just posted, I saw Odin once, the acid was pretty sure. Hey bro. Cool, what you doing in the doorway there, man? You gonna talk to me?
I saw nothing, Valka. Felt nothing.
Dude, Valka ain't here. Like, if you don't know you're tripping, that's the first sign this is gonna be a bad trip.
Harvey. Harvey!
I walk among the dead.
Sigurd. Sigurd. Brother, when did you arrive?
That is a big wolf. We're going to fight the wolf? Nope. Can't attack anything. There are many ways that I'm okay dying. Getting caught in a blizzard, drowning, and anything involving fire are not on that list. Oh, the Fates weaving on their looms. Weaving the stories of every man. Oh, that's a cool model. I love that. Hear that whispering? Oh, that is the Norns and the Fates. It's funny because the Greeks and the Norse both had a concept of fate being woven on a loom, as if the threads of a tapestry, and your life is one of those threads that goes together. Become the wolf. You know it's a trip because someone put a bunch of candles lighting the path up the mountain right here, which would take so stinking long to do every single day if this is reality. That's how you know it's a game, and also a hallucination inside of a game. Now we got a doorway to nowhere. Love it. That's a heavy door. Got it.
Brother! What is this? There was no other way, Harvey. Our fates are fixed. Sigurd!
Why is his brother missing a hand? So there is a myth in Norse mythology of someone named Tyr, who is sort of a god of war, things like that, but a very honorable individual. And to help to restrain the wolf Fenrir, he agreed to put his hand in the wolf's mouth, knowing that they were about to betray the wolf and that he was going to get bitten off. So I guess that's what a reference to right here. You know, the idea of self-sacrifice for the greater good. That was weird. And I'm going to guess that's Fenrir. Holy woe. Tyr, thank you, yes.
Steady, Eivor.
I love the way they're interviewing they're interweaving the religion into this game. Normally, Assassin's Creed games sort of take sort of the meh, sort of standoffish, where the protagonists obviously don't believe. In this one, this guy believes, and it's so interesting.
I was on a mountain in a violent blizzard, climbing toward the summit, following a wolf.
Hey, he's got a left hand. Odin and the Nornir were there. The Norns, what I was talking about a moment ago. The wolf beckoned, Odin's hall opened to me. Let's go to the top one.
And the Nornir.
Yeah, you can play as a girl in this one as well, Van Damme. You can actually have it where the game switches back and forth at all times. We were playing as the female Ivor earlier.
They were showing you the way forward. Your life, your path, what lies before you, and where it ends.
And the wolf was eager for my attention, as if it
There's
were
no sister or brother in this one. It's just you can switch the gender of the lead protagonist.
You are the wolf-kissed, fated to carry its mark for life. In this case, it might represent your ambition or your fear.
Oh, wolf kissed. Oh, it's because he got attacked by the wolf as a kid. I don't know why I didn't think about that till just now.
They opened for me.
Shades of Valhalla, for which you are destined.
It's funny, even tattoos and things like that are such a great detail. Tattoos are something that people argue how prevalent they were, but it's quite likely that even the king, Harold Godwinson, who died in 1066, who was like half Viking, you know, was identified by the tattoos known only to his former wife. So they found his body and looked for the tattoos. So very common during this era.
It fixed its eyes on me and struck. Then I awoke.
The gods favor you, Eivor. They always have. You will have your glory, and you will earn your place in Valhalla. But these portents carry a darker truth. The missing arm, the trail of blood, the beast. You will betray your brother, Sigurd. That is the meaning of your vision.
Man, that's
cannot be right.
a heavy vision.
I would never betray Sigurd. He's my brother.
It's also not really what that means. I mean, because in the story, Tyr wasn't. Well, they did kind of betray Tyr because I mean, Tyr knew that. Did Tyr know they were going to betray everyone? I can't remember now.
You will betray Sigurd.
Well, I mean, I think that's this lady's position in the tribe. Is she's sort of the local therapist. You don't think about the fact that a lot of these, you know, local chieftains, local religious leaders would have kind of done the same duties. They're sort of managers of people. So, you know, that's what they're there to do is provide therapy. Like, what happened to the Templars? So, there aren't Templars in this game per se that I've seen, but I know that the mercenary system comes back as what they call fanatics, and they're these dudes that sort of fanatically support like the local English cause, and you will encounter them eventually. And when I've tried to fight one previously, I just got my butt handed to me. Not in this time, obviously, but I did a little like preview playthrough like a couple weeks ago. I just got actual access to the game like 2 days ago. But I waited for you guys to start playing it because I wanted to see it as a surprise with you. Valhalla is not a place you'll want to go. In general, the afterlife can either be really fun or really not fun, depending on your perspective. I love the rocks in this game. It sounds weird to say, man, those rocky crags are so beautiful. But man, those rocky crags are so beautiful. Like, these, sometimes in games they become so flat and dull and like lifeless. But here, you feel like you can just climb to the top of them and just see everything. There is fall damage. Here, I'll... You know, I'm not going to say. Just trust me, there's fall damage. Trust me on that one, bro. Current level and power level of gear, I don't know. I don't really honestly keep up with it because I mean, if you're just going through the main quest line, it's pretty straightforward. I guess I'm level 6 based on the number in the top right hand corner. I mean, the game sort of advances with you as you go through.
They must be finished now.
The king has called for his best mead, so the talks are concluded. It should be safe to enter.
All right, we'll see him now.
Ready to face the thunder. I will speak with the king now.
Excellent, King Styrbjorn. I will take this proposal to my nephew. I believe he will see the wisdom in it. Good.
Guthrum the
It is all I can
Wise.
hope for. May the...
I assume this is the same Guthrum who will be part of the Great Viking Army and eventually take over East Anglia in the battle with Alfred the Great coming up.
Eivor, come forward and explain in plain words why you have willfully disobeyed my commands. Do you mock me?
I do not mock you, king. I mean to embolden you against your enemies and your own poor judgment.
You know nothing of my judgment. You know nothing of my plans and strategies.
Sigurd would agree with me.
My son might agree with you, but he would obey me. He knows his place.
Not as well as he knows his father.
Imagine you are harassed by an enemy with warriors that vastly outnumber your own. What profit does open war bring? Would it not be better to work quietly through diplomacy, gaining alliances? Waiting until the day our numbers outweigh our enemies and our victory is guaranteed.
Spoken like a sensible person. Having said that, I feel like this guy's a jerk, so let's say
All
that.
your talk of diplomacy is cowardice, not strategy. If you do not have the will to finish this fight, only say it.
I will finish it when we are certain to win, Eivor. And that day is fast approaching.
Is that all?
I'm at a loss with you, Eivor. When I took you in as my own, never did I imagine such disrespect from the child of Varin.
He wants revenge!
Your father was a fine man. Just and loyal to me, he died bravely so that we might live.
You died a coward, Lord. A fate I will not mirror.
Why do you carry such a useless burden? Let it go. Think only of the days to come, of your future and the victories at hand.
My honor has been stained. Until it's wiped clean, I want nothing else.
I refuse to pick at that wound again. But if there is something that can chase these shadows from your thoughts...
That is a horn of war. You
Sigurd has come. Down at the docks. His ship is here.
Oh, okay, your buddy's back. Yeah. Let's interrupt this conversation, because it was going nowhere. Dad is a... Holy wow. Dad is, I guess, either an elephant or a mammoth in this case, based on the shape of the horns. Or tusks, sorry. That is cool. I love the decoration on stuff like this. The idea that even the ancients admired these bones and respected them as being powerful. That's a very common thing. There is reports of dinosaur bones being kept in the Acropolis. You know, the idea these were giants' bones and things like that. You know, you see the carving on these masts right here. Like the masts of the ships, except they're inside of the hall. I love this decoration. It's so gorgeous. Where were I? Oh, yes. Food. Fighting. Yes, yes. That's obviously what I'm here for. I'm a Viking. Yar. It's a pirate, not a Viking. Well, I mean, the same thing. Just, you know, 500, 600 years apart. Here's the boy. Back in town.
Hey, careful with that one. Eivor!
Sigurd!
Ah, look at you, blood-soaked rancor. What have you been worrying without me?
Oh, and you, salt-cured Vikinger. I smell the stink of a dozen kingdoms in your beard.
It's just the start.
These two are really close. Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Bringing gifts and riches to share.
And new friends, I see.
Yes. Basim and Hytham. We met in Miklagard, and they showed me her buried secrets.
We are grateful to
Milklagard.
Sigurd for his invitation and eager to pay tribute to your king.
I don't know Milklagard. I'm sure it's a Viking term for someplace. I'm curious where it would be.
Safely beside him. He must like you.
Ah, Eivor. Save the introductions until our bellies are full. I will see my father. Tell him of my time away. This morning we traded with a ship.
That is a two-handed sword on his back. I want one of those. It may not be entirely accurate, especially with that crossguard, but I am curious. It's funny because even Beowulf has tools of a two-handed sword, but yet people insist that they may not have been around for the era. I'm definitely one to the a person that believes that is a particular weapon that has appeared and disappeared multiple times in history.
But he disagrees.
I know.
Such a waste of resources.
Father thinks too much.
Nilfgaard is Constantinople. That makes tons of sense. Thanks for Wikipedia that. I appreciate it.
Winter's end, the name Kjotve the Cruel will be a curse on the lips of a drunken fool.
My son, welcome home.
Father.
Oh, he is casting him some serious gazes. Like, is everyone else seeing this too?
The tables are laid with barley and lamb, bread and mead.
And no more, I beg you.
I mean, it's probably the biggest sin anyone saw during the period.
Let me be the one to honor you. I bring gifts and tales from faraway lands. After 2 winters away, I am full up with both.
Very well, very well. Come inside.
And when we are fat and satisfied, Father, we will talk of Kjotve and his clan, and how we may end their terror, once and for all. He has dogged us too long, shamed us for too many seasons. I know this. Eivor knows this. It ends now.
Yes, of course, when the time is right.
Well, we know we're not alone in wanting to get rid of the schmucky schmuck there.
Through Rusland we barreled down the Volga River, raiding as we went. Shadowy tribes hurling spears at our ship. At Miklagard, we saw men bedecked in riches as vibrant as the Bifrost itself. And these we took for our troubles, of course. We sailed to Rome, then Africa, past oceans of sand, warriors of all colors, and beauty the eyes must weep to behold. And now I have returned, with riches and glory to share with my family, my friends, my ice-forged Strengir. So take what you desire from my horn. For this is only a taste of things to come. Tomorrow, the Raven clan starts anew.
Skål, Sigurd.
Skål! And you, Eivor, come. I have something special for you.
Alright, what's up?
Eivor, have you paid a visit to Valka?
I did.
Yep.
And?
It is not something I can speak on, or wish to.
Yeah, this guy's got serious
Your
PTSD
bed
issues.
will be warm tonight, with your husband returned. That must be a good feeling.
It is a different feeling. Warmer, but with less space to stretch my arms and legs.
Are you not happy to see your husband returned?
Of course. But it has been so long he seems a stranger to me. 3 winters we are married, and he has been away for 2.
Can you not rekindle the flame that once burned hot?
When he crawls into bed to warm me, as you say, it will be with farts and honeyed breath.
We should all be so lucky.
Yeah. I am 90% sure this guy is in love with Sigurd. Like, based on that comment alone right there. Like, holy whoa. They are not trying to hide that one. Alright, howdy there, my assassin friend. What's up?
Hytham, is it?
Yes? And you are Eivor?
I am. I hope this ruckus does not overwhelm you. We tend to drink and talk at equal speed.
Not at all. The wood smoke from your fire pit does sting the eyes, but the warmth is welcome.
Yeah, if you come from Constantinople,
Must
that's
be rather warm
heck of
where
a
you live.
Where
shift.
I live changes from week to week, but always I am with my mentor, Basim.
Your mentor? For what cause?
A noble one. A cause as true as the world is old. But let us leave it at that for now.
I understand. But if you hope to stay tight-lipped for the rest of the night, keep clear of Tekla's mead.
Ah, thank you for the warning. It will not be a problem.
So this is the master.
You have a good memory.
And you have no mead. Can I fix that?
Sigurd spoke often of you on our journey. Called you his right arm, a celebrated warrior. I am honored to meet you.
Likewise, Basim. And how did you come to meet my brother?
He sat down in Constantinople some months ago to rest and resupply, he told me. But I knew otherwise.
There's a mercenary, or
eyes
there?
that gleam like his are always up to something more. I think he wished to raid the Hajj of Sophia.
That sounds right.
I will not bore you with the details of her meeting. But I liked your brother from the first. I saw something in him that captivated me. As if a forgotten memory of an old friendship had suddenly resurfaced.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. To any previous players of Assassin's Creed games. Alright, bud. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Basim does not sound right. He definitely sounds like he's got something up his sleeve. Which in this case would be a hidden blade, but also a plan.
Not yet. Drinks first. To my first night in Fornburg in over 2 winters. It must end with me soaked and wall-eyed, shouting at the shadows of trolls.
And you want me to sail with you on these honey waves?
Yes. You are stuck with me, Dringur. Now drink.
So these two are about to get blasted. Just absolutely done. Wow.
Oh, you would put Thor to shame.
You have been away too long, brother. You do not know the spiced kick of Tekla's meat.
It does have a new taste. I like it.
We're like an hour into this game. Let's get absolutely wasted. Viking style. At least it is a true Viking game so far.
I've missed this terribly. When I first met Basim, I regaled him with tales of our homeland. And it was then I felt a heart longing to return once. Come.
Somebody else said he gives him an old Ezio vibe, and I agree with that. That's definitely what they're going for. They want you to think about that Constantinople sect from Revelations.
Through much of their homeland, the Abbasid Caliphate. They are a clan, not joined by blood, but by a common idea. A brotherhood of shadows executing their own form of justice. In my time with them, they shared many of their most hidden...
So in other words, I brought them back to kill this guy we know.
I gift one of these secrets to you. Weapon for the finest warrior I know.
Nice. Like, oh. I do love the guys in the background are like, yo, that is not what it's... Oh, that's cool, it's cool. I'm waving you off. I'm waving you off. Stand down, bro. Hytham looks offended. You know what? I don't care what Hytham thinks.
Beautiful craftsmanship. What kind of smith makes a weapon like this?
It is less a weapon.
What? Basim is an assassin? What? No way.
To fight injustice and evil.
Mentor, I must protest. This is deeply unorthodox. Our wrist blade is a sacred
Do
tool.
not make a fetish out of cold metal, Hytham. What matters is the mind of the one who wields it. Please,
Oh, that guy is so evil.
The blade should ride on the underside of your arm to conceal it from your target.
I have no wish to hide this. And I would rather not make the same mistake you two have. I like it.
Do it Wolverine style.
This is no mistake.
Snicked.
This is a voluntary sacrifice to prove our devotion to...
A good start, Eivor. But you must learn how to use it effectively.
Outside.
This guy feels like a Palpatine, doesn't he? Like he's like, I'm gonna wield his... Yes, of course, you know, I have secrets that some might find unnatural. Who are we gonna go shank? Are we just gonna go shank a random person? Is that where the story is going? Like, let's try it out on a random stranger.
This clan of yours, it has a name?
Ooh, we getting torches out? Because I can totally get a torch out. Let's do this. Rocking some torches. How we doing, guys? It's cold out here.
Too much to outsiders. In time, you may learn more.
Oh, there's some good lines right here. They're definitely supposed to be wisdom sounding.
May have ears.
I look forward to it.
Here, let me lead you through our most basic techniques.
I think that guy's T-posing. Oh no, it's a. It's like, I thought that was somebody up there. Like, no, it's actually just meant to be a stuffed guy.
Timing is essential.
Press RB to initiate an assassination when undetected. I'm hiding in the grass. I'm shanking from the. Wait, hold on. Can I like? Okay, train with the Hayden blade. Alright, pressing the button. I think I wasn't supposed to get a torch out. I think the game... Oh, wait, no, wrong one. That was the issue. Kashank! So apparently there is an option, though, that normally if you assassinate someone, it takes away a set amount of health. But the game does have a button where you can make it so assassinations are always instant kills. But it does give you a warning that the game is not intended to be played that way, and you could possibly break the game, which I do like. So here's a heavy target I was talking about. So like he'll take away about half the health right there.
Take that one down from the ledge.
Ooh, ledge attack, nice. Yes, hiding in the long grass with a torch. There's a reason I put it on easiest stealth. I am not a subtle man.
How about a challenge?
Leap down. I like how they're just like, we're just going to give it to you this time. We're not going to make you unlock it. Like, let's be honest here. You want to just do the fun thing, so just don't go for it.
Use your surroundings when possible. Strike from that haystack, for instance.
From the haystack. Oh, right. Haystack with snow on it. Boom. Nobody sees me. Kashank. Haystack. What now? Take your time with a hidden blade. Train with a hidden blade. I actually want to see if we can get this to work. See if this is still heavy. So we were talking about this a second ago. Let me see if I can turn it on. Where it's under main options. I think it's combat, controls, gameplay. Gameplay. I think that's it. Assassination sequences are on. Blood, blood, blood. Combat difficulty, stealth difficulty, guaranteed assassination. Boom. So let's see if this works. So it should just be Kashank. Boom. Look at that. Kills everybody.
You wield the blade well.
You know what?
Let us leave
I kind of like that. Let's keep it that way. Like if I take the time to sneak up on a big heavy guy and stab him in the throat, I feel like he should die regardless. Like this guy. I like the lack of subtlety.
What do you make of my new...
How to get early access? Simple Jack. Get about 50,000 followers on YouTube. Start making content regularly, about once a week on Thursdays. Spend about 3 years garnering a following and a knowledge of history. And then about 2 or 3 years before that, studying on the subject. And then ask UbiSoft if you can do it. So it's a 5-year plan, basically.
Oh, I miss the smell of this land.
Have you returned for good? Or do you mean to join this Shadow Brotherhood?
Leave all that aside, Eivor. Tonight we are family again.
I mean, he clearly brought them back to shank that one guy. I mean, that's fairly obvious. Possibly his father. He seems like the guy that might kind of shank his father.
Your clear head and your courage. We have not had enough of both in recent months.
You flatter me, Wolf-Kissed. Keep it up.
From here to Valhalla, I will always be on your side, Sigurd.
He is so short. He's just so short. He's like 6 inches tall, shorter than the other guy.
Or I too large. There is so much more beyond these stony fangs that rise around us. England, Ireland, Francia.
Oh, hey, they tell you all the DLCs you're going to right there. England, Ireland, Francia. They tell you exactly where this game's headed.
Tomorrow, we make new war on Kjotve and reclaim the lands he took from us. And from there, we build a kingdom for us.
Pub's blast. Now kiss. No, I do wonder.
Good. Get some rest and return here at first light.
I actually agree with Elliot Zhao there. Just shank the guy and throw him in the river. Let's save ourselves some time coming up in the future. Right now he's my brother, but how long until he's not? Because he does seem like the kind of guy that's got bigger plans that's going to wind up with us getting sucked into the middle of all of them.
The Northnir have spoken. You will betray Sigurd.
No, this is wrong. That cannot be right. Odin fought against his fate. It can be done.
I'm thinking that he and Sigurd are going to sack Paris. They're going to be sacking in Paris, if you catch my innuendo. I'm saying that they're in love with each other. That's fine, by the way. It's perfectly fine. I mean, you know, it's great expression of man love. I've been writing about the Achilles and Patroclus for a history of the Trojan War. Yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty obvious that was what was going on in all versions. So, I mean, hey, if these guys want to go that route, cool. Alexander the Great did too. How does a gender change work? It's just a button you press. You just press start, and you can switch over to like female Ivor, which, since I have red hair now, and I think that's awesome, let me go back. I'll switch it over to female Ivor really quick, because I want to see what red-haired Lady Ivor looks like now. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, what's up? Oh.
This one would
Oh.
not have come alone.
I didn't even know. I didn't know that was a bad guy. I just pressed the button. I thought I was just gonna shank a random person. I'll admit that right there. Like, I did not know. All right, find and kill the spies. So are they like around town? Here. Oh.
What do you see, Sue?
Okay. Thank you, bird. Collecting cloudberries. Nope. Apparently we got all the cloudberries we need. So let's climb up here and figure out what's going on. I don't know, man. Naming a city after horse is about as baller as it gets. I mean, you ride the same horse for 20 years and it's killed in a battle. Yeah, you name a city Bucephalus after that sucker. I mean, he paid his dues. Bucephalus for the win.
I have a bad feeling. Just the three of us.
It's true. I could use Odin's Sight. Or whistling. Stealthily call people.
Or we can wake him with Sigurd Styrbjörnsson's head. Which is better?
You got this.
Right.
Haha! Kashanked. And I'm gonna sneak over here. I'm gonna do it to your buddy, too. You see me like, what's going on? You're gonna be like, shh, shh. Tell me what you see of these things. Ships, warriors, supplies. Also note visits from Jarls and other. Yeah, I really do think they are overestimating how many people know how to read in this world, though. It is not, well, that's not a very common thing yet. Shank.
Sigurd must know about this.
You know what? Let's tell him exactly how we think about this. You see all this right here? We're going to leave him a message. You ready for this? We're going to take you. We're going to drop you on this fire right here. Just we're going to roast you. And that way when they find you later, they're going to be like, you know who did this? Ivor did this, right? Because I that's what I do. I roast people alive. That's going to be my thing now. So whenever I go to a settlement, I'm going to burn the settlement down. Then I'm going to leave people on fire. And you know what? Just in case they didn't quite pick up on it. Because, you know, that was kind of subtle here, right? He disappeared. My God. That is just crazy. That is just... Alright. Clearly there's a glitch. Whatever. Apparently calling your bird makes bodies disappear. Good to know in the future if I'm trying to make a stack of bodies. Also, I should probably not have that, like, hanging out. Do I have a fire arrow right now? Fire arrow to the face! I don't think that guy appreciated my fire arrow to the face. Oh, this wants me to go over there now. Just reach Sigurd, tell him what's going on. Tell him we're being hunted. That makes sense. Have not seen the Dragger armor set yet. There's some really cool armors in here. There's a Berserker armor set, things like that. I tend not to use the ones they give you right when you start a game, just because they're really overpowered typically, and I prefer to kind of play my way through it.
To storm Kjotve's fortress. The losses would ruin us.
The losses have ruined us, father. Until we cut off this serpent's head, it will poison us day by day, drop by drop.
The poison has already polluted our waters.
God save her. What happened?
Spies in our camp. 3 men sent by Kjotve to kill us as we slept. I returned the favor.
There, you see? This is what waiting brings. We must answer this insult.
They came from Notfall, that whaling village under Kjotve's control.
We hid him there. Burn it down before Kjotve learns his spies are dead.
We may have sent more. I can search the village while you round up the crew.
No need. I will send
That is not an attractive woman in this model. I don't know what it is about the lighting, but it's not like, man, yeah, I'm attracted to that model. It's like, I'd kind of rather go back to the dude. I actually found the dude slightly more attractive somehow. Maybe it was the beard, the tri-beard.
But this will be far from my first battle.
We consult each other first. We're going to whisper. We're not going to tell you what we said, because, you know.
not lead my son into the same storm that follows you.
Pillage Kivotcha's supplies. What's up? You got something to say?
Not today. The fish aren't biting. Too many passing boats churning the water.
I lack the patience for pole fishing. I would have better luck with my bow.
Shooting fish with a bow. That could work.
Yeah. I mean, it's called bow fishing. It's actually a sport that people play today. That's the real thing. Where was the appearance person? I think he was right up here. I'm going to change back out of this red hair. Doesn't actually look too good. See what our options are with the lady.
Sven, have you designed any new tattoos?
A few worth looking at?
Show me your tattoos, then.
Go ahead.
Yeah, see if we can make that a little less... Do you have to have a tattoo of some kind, I guess? There's not like... Oh, yeah, okay. So you can just completely remove them all. Okay. Apply, 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 apply. Okay. Right, so, and then... Let's see what our options are now. Yeah, it looks like that weird kind of like side shave thing is like the only... You can either shaved head or just regular. It looks like there's more to unlock, though, so that's fun. Interesting.
Good. Need anything else?
See you later, Sven.
Sure.
Better. Whatever. Makes the bone me eyes to keep throwing each other a little more tolerable. Slide. Look at that Viking slide. Gotta stay historically accurate. Get some blonde hair and blonde all that. I actually was reading a paper. I think the BBC or something was posting it. That recently said maybe only as much as like 25 to 30% of Vikings actually had blonde hair and blue eyes. That most of them had brown hair or dark cut features. That it's only later that sort of became the common thing. Someone was asking earlier about, you know, different types of representation in the game so far, and I haven't encountered any yet, but I fully expect to. You know, different cultures, things like that, because I mean, it wasn't like the Norse culture was a monoculture. I mean, they had gone all around the world and picked up people and brought them back and mixed in and out and all sorts of weird stuff like that. So it's not real telling who all we're going to encounter over the course of this, and frankly, none of it would bother me. I was reading Ivanhoe recently, and there's an article at the end of Ivanhoe, which was written in 1805, mind you. And apparently one of the complaints in the book Ivanhoe was that he has... two Moorish people from southern Spain. Well, I think one's from southern Spain and one's from North Africa in the book. And people complained in 1805 because, like, well, there were never people like this in England. And Sir Walter Scott, writer of Ivanhoe, replied, he's like, yeah, there was. There's tons of them in several references and several different documents. In fact, there's this one story that he specifically referred to where someone hatched a plan to break into a castle, and so they disguised themselves as a Moorish individual by tinting their skin and wearing certain types of clothes to disguise who they were. So even then, people knew what these people would look like from other lands. So clearly, they were aware of them. They had encountered them in their areas if he could disguise himself as one, and that was accepted. So, you know. But yeah, people have been having that same argument for at least 200 years. Bald in the back of the head so they can retreat by people grabbing their hair. Yeah, you're thinking of that Norman hairstyle. I generally think just like close cropped hair is pretty common in military people. You know, saying it's close cropped one side but not the other. I mean, most of them are going to be wearing a head covering of some kind here anyway because it's cold as hell. In general, head coverings were basically mandatory, like in most societies until the 1700s. You know, like everyone had a hat or something when they were outside. It's not until much later we kind of walk around bareheaded. You'll see they always have a wimple or a mantle or a hood or something like that. I'm going to run into that. Danes did it too, huh? Very cool. Well, I mean, the Normans were basically Danes, so that makes sense. Oh, come on, I got to point towards the shore, seriously. Now raid. Raid! It's gonna jump off right here, huh? Alright, hope you guys can swim. Alright, boys, let's put the double shield strategy to we're going to freeze to death before we get to the shore. Oh my god, this is such a bad idea. Double shields. Let's do it. Where are you? Right there you are. Boom, ready? So, smack. Come on. 2, 3. Okay, that takes a lot of hits. So I can double shield up. Right, okay, so that's a thing you can totally do. It's not a thing I enjoy. So let's, Superior Bearded, fine, Danax. That's what I want right there. Let's do that. Hey, bud, guess what? Got something for you. Oh, man. No, come on. That was worth it. That was worth it. Worth every moment of that. Thank you. Guess what? Headshot. Those are fire pots everywhere. If I shoot the red things, I do bet they will explode. Quit attacking my boat guys. I do find it interesting that if you attack these guys enough, their stamina breaks, and it sort of seems to trigger an attack, a final kill animation right there. Okay, going up. Stanford! What's this? We've got a cart. Find and burn supply wagons. Bet if I do this... Haha! Explosive. Oh god, I'm on fire. Still on fire. Okay, yep, I see it. There's some naphtha right there. Naphtha fire thrower brought back from Constantinople, clearly. So let's shoot that from a little further away this time.
You're finished.
Classic video game logic. If it's red, it explodes. Where am I going next?
Ships are coming.
Ships are coming. Okay, that means fight them. Got it. Okay, reach Sigurd. Okay. Greek fire. Naphtha, as they call it. Hi there. Men who sail under the hammer of Odin.
You reap a bloody harvest. Who are you, Gester? Name yourself.
I know his face. He met with your father not long ago.
I did, indeed.
There's enemy locking, yeah. You can press in the right thumbstick and you can lock on. I just don't. Typically, I find it easier to redirect myself faster than the game can. Well, not in this one, just in generally in games like this.
Why does he send warriors so far south?
You may ask him yourself, my lord.
King Harold Fairhair. Man, he's got luscious hair. He conditions. I mean, seriously, he is a Pantene Pro V commercial. Like, he used like oil of Olay. Like, you expect him to toss those locks. God, those are beautiful.
Land we have reclaimed with blood and steel.
That I see, and I honor it. For I have not come to war against you, but for you, at the request of your father.
The canny wolf. Was this the plan he spoke of?
I offer my support.
I'm enjoying it so far, Hercules.
My warriors, your Raven clan can take Kjotve's fortress and settle this rivalry for good.
And this is interestingly true of how the Norse tribes work. Basically, one tribe would ally with another, and then they would kind of fight back and forth, going is this, until eventually one united all of them. So, what's in it for them, though, is that there was always an agreement to sort of go back and forth. So he may help you get rid of the guys in this area, but you're going to help him attack England very shortly. I can almost bet.
We welcome your help, but I must lead the charge.
I see. Is this a question?
Yeah, Ivor, Hercules, I'll admit that I'm okay with Ivor being a little more attractive. I had her kind of dress up a minute ago. It didn't really work for me. So, like, you know, I feel like in this version, it's okay if you sleep with both women or men, from my perspective, because it's like I'm kind of down for either with that particular look.
Give him full command of my ships and my warriors.
Felt weirdly tanky. Yeah, it was a couple 2-3 hits. Now, keep in mind I'm using a basic weapon. Like, that was like a gray tier weapon, so it's not like upgraded or anything else. I've had it for some time, so I imagine their scaling might not be perfect. I probably need to get into a better weapon pretty soon right there.
You captain our longship, Eivor. Meet us there, and we will claim Kjotve's head for the gods.
Brother, I have waited too many years for this day. When Kjotve stands before us, give me the final blow.
You will have it, Eivor. You deserve it.
It's like they're trying so hard to be a husky, rough voice. I'd be really curious who the voice actress was for her. Because the guy does such a great job with it.
Eivor, give us a hand.
And she isn't bad.
Generous with his troops. More than I would be.
I cannot fathom his game. He's either a young fool or deceptively wise.
Oh, if you like Norska, you'll definitely like this one,
I have
Hercules.
a good feeling this war is near its end.
It's got that same feel for sure. So yeah, see it's loading in. I guess that's the end of that sequence, into chapter 1 or something, maybe. I'm not really sure what's going on with this. Okay, and back in we go. Extra skill points. Oh, we got skill points. So yeah, we officially leveled up to level 8. We do need a Norse News guide quite badly. We haven't gotten into any of those guys. With all that DLC stuff coming up theoretically in like December or, you know, shortly, I suspect I'll have to do those for a little bit. Just because to get through all that stuff. So you can see this is like one that came with the game, I guess. That's a cool looking hood. I hate overpowering myself based on, you know, something I didn't earn. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that works. Toggle a bear head. That looks so cool. Yeah, I dig that. So this, I think, comes with early ordering of the game or something like that, because it unlocked as soon as I got in here. That is a serious outfit right there. You're not messing around. Alright, skills. Node types. Well, in general, I like smacking people, so as usual, there's range damage, there's stealth damage, and there's melee damage. So this increases stealth, melee, and ranged. Health. Way of the Wolf. I think the Way of the Berserker, which is what I have on right now, is up this way based on previous experience. Yeah, Way of the Bear. All bear aligned gear. I think it's sort of like Witcher, actually, with a certain gear aligned with different types of stats and all that. In general, I end up like, oh, we got 9 skill points? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, let's do that, I guess. Melee resistance, ability damage, stun, more damage. Stomp. When somebody's in the ground, curb stomp them. Man alive. Okay. American History X would be proud, I suppose. Like a Kirby. Oh, that's cool. Unlocks a whole new pathway. Dual swap. Swap out dual weapons. Kind of fun. If we go around this way, heavy resistance and critical damage. Bonus to all bear-aligned gear. I want to see what unlocks up here. That gives me the perfect attacks. Press right button against a weapon swing to do more damage on the next swing. I guess it's like you hit it right as it lands, and then what comes here? That unlocks parry damage. Parry. Oh yes, please perfect parries for damage. That sounds awesome. All right. You know what? I'm gonna put on the bear hat. I'm just gonna be honest. It looks. I just kind of want to put on a bear hat. No real reason. I just think the bear hat looks awesome. Come on. How do we do that? How do we toggle? How do we toggle it? It's show gear. Right stick. There we go. That is silly. It's everything I hoped it would be, honestly. Welcome to Florley. I have a gold item over here, which should be a... Can I scale the wall? Man, they really need to improve their defenses if I can just hop up and do that. I just feel like somebody's not even trying.
My friend.
Nope. We're actually going pretty close by at the top of that tower. You can burn it down with that stomp. The bears. The bears. The beers. Which as an adult, I realize does sound suspiciously like beer. Good thing I picked that, otherwise it looks stupid.
Eivor, you missed the opening act. Kjotve's forward camp melted like a spring thaw at our approach.
Is it from here we launch our attack?
We do indeed. And we are ready to fight.
Yeah, Hercules, the Assassin's Creed elements have definitely been downplayed in this version. I think they realized that the mythology's gotten so complicated that it's kind of a barrier for entry for most people. So if you'll notice here, there's some nice kind of references, but it doesn't seem to be central to the story. It's much more about Eivor and crafting that. Yeah, you can gender swap whenever you want to. I'll swap back on a male Eivor in a second.
Kjotve robbed my father of all honor and dignity. I will win it back.
She does not seem like a woman I would like to hang out with. Like, dude, she seems terrifying.
If Kjotve should die before the battle begins, all the better for our chances.
Actually, can I go to the... Yeah, go to option menu. I think you can actually probably swap mid-sequence if I had to guess. Nah, you gotta go to the main menu screen in a moment there. Let's end!
Today my blade must do the work of Skull's sharp scissors. Cut short the cord of Kjotve's fate.
Well said, my sharp-tongued warrior scout. May we all live to hear that saga sung.
Oh, I love the Lewis chessmen on the table. I just noticed that.
Basim, Hytham. This feud is not yours, yet you fight it all the same. I find that strange.
You find it strange because you are wrong. Our clan, the Hidden Ones, have been fighting with Kjotve's order for centuries.
You came from Miklagard to kill Kjotve yourself.
We did. Or rather, we came so that Hytham could kill him. My apprentice has been studying this target for many months.
This feels forced.
Reputation so great outside Norway.
Not his reputation alone, but the order to which he belongs. Something of a rival clan to our own.
Hytham, I mean no disrespect to you or the Hidden Ones, but Kjotve is mine. My family's honor is at stake.
I understand. All that matters is that Kjotve dies this day.
On that, we are agreed.
In this case, they're actually identical height, as far as I can tell, inside the game. That's why if you play as a male Eivor in a second, I'll switch over. He's all equally short. Oh, we got an assault coming up. I mean, calling in outside mercenaries is basically what they are right here. I mean, the thing is, it's still called an Assassin's Creed game. You gotta work it in somehow. I'm fine with them just being brought in here to kill this guy, you know, because he, you know, theoretically is part of a larger thing. I mean, I don't think he's actually part of, like, the Order or whatever else. He could just be, hey man, any guy that's particularly strong that the assassins seem to want to take out.
Look at this! Once again, Eivor Wolf-Kissed appears to take a swipe at me.
The dude has 2 giant axes. I'm gonna be honest right now. I don't think you can win this.
This is my father's shame. Today I take back the honor he lost. I call a home gang here against the Oathbreaker.
I will make you beg as your father begged, Wolf-Kiss. Squeal as your
I'm gonna beat this man to death with 2 shields. Calling it now. Is that an option?
You destroyed my life. I will
Yeah.
take
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
yours.
whoa. Hey, I'm just gonna, like, just... Okay, come on, game. Alright, inventory. Shield. Can I not do it? Oh, they're gonna make me use this axe. Okay, cool. That's cool. I wanted to beat him to death with shields, but, you know, the game had a different idea. That's fine. Change to male Eivor. People wanted to see that. Get some bear on bear action going on here. That's definitely what I'd refer to that guy as. Look at him. Big hairy guy. Jeez.
I need no weapons but these hands.
Rise, Eivor. This is not your day to die.
Why do you refuse to die?
We're not alone, Judley. The Old Father watches.
Okay. I think you're sort of meant to lose that one. Can I swap out to a different weapon now, please? There we go. Now I can beat him death to shields. Excellent. Let's find out if dual shields are viable. You ready for this, buddy? Come on. I'd say they're pretty darn viable. Oh, wow. Okay. Hello. Apparently they're going to part 3 of this sequence. Oh, come on. I say, don't kill steel. No, a turd does that. Here we go. And headshot. Oh, no. Ooh, nice dodge, guy. Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't know you were also going to start throwing things at me. That feels unfair. Did he just block one? That is impressive. Like he swatted it out of the air like a damn witcher. Okay, you're gonna hit me with a guy. You know, think about this. God damn, when he gets a hold of you, jeez. Woof. Alright. Shield on shield. Overall, pretty effective. May have some kinks to work out with it still. I got it this time. We got it this time. Alright, watch out. He's going to hit me with another dude. He's going to hit me with the dude as a dude.
You are your father's child.
Does it hit me somehow? What did he even hit me with? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna cheat this guy. I'm just gonna shoot him in the face a whole bunch. Let's see if we can do that. Alright. You wanna be cheap? Oh man, he's gonna throw another body at me. What is with the bodies, man? Come on, seriously?
You are your father's child.
I can't dodge and he throws the bodies too fast. I don't think I can cheat this guy. Oh yeah, it doesn't do enough damage though. It's when he does it with the bodies, man. Stun attack, come on. Beat him to death with shields. Oh, now I just stab him. Alright, come on. He's bludgeoned you to death with shields! Nothing like beating you with a guy with another guy.
What do you want of me?
You won your prize, Wolf-Kissed, on glory of my death. All for this?
Yeah, this game has parrying. It's left shoulder.
7 seconds. Price of our war, Kissed. The harvest of 3 feathered giants. names. It all means nothing. No.
My clan will not be forgotten!
What in the world?
I fought as I did, as hard as I did, to survive, for I know what awaits us in the end. Only darkness.
Wow. Somebody just said in chat, that was metal as F.
Your father is dead, Gordon! His debt repaid! Open the gates and you will be spared!
Wallow in shit, wolf-kissed. Archers, take aim!
Buddy, I got 2 shields. What do you think you're gonna do against me?
Show no mercy! Archers, fire!
The lock is destructible from inside. Okay. So I guess that's find a way up. Oh, ladders. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey guys. You'll excuse me if I switch off of double shield. It's that was not my best fight. It was not easy to beat him with 2 shields at once. Hey, stop that. Take that. Stomp! Oh. Come on. Ooh. Yeah, unless it's like hard red, apparently I can just block it outright with a shield. That's really handy. Instead of having to parry, you can just like hold down the block right there, which is what I did. Slide! Come on, there we go. I got to parry that time. Whoa! Took his own axe from him. That'll work. The lock is destructible from the inside, so that's drop down and hit the lock. Gotcha. Okay, right there. Here we go. Everybody inside. Do I have to open it? Yeah, I have to open it. Apparently you guys don't know how to open doors. That's legit. I guess I have to load in the next sequence. Yeah, this is very hard Viking metal as far as playthroughs go. I want that guy's sword so bad. Okay, Achilles arrow right through his leg right there. Enemies have levels. I think they do, but generally I am so far been the same levels. If you're just playing through the quest line like I have been right now, man, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You never really run into a level issue. You can end up in like certain... Oh, you just threw that aside, huh? You think you're going to go ball on me, son? You think you're going to go ham? Because it ain't going to work. Look at that. Hit you so hard, you broke the animation. Come at me again next time. So like this guy has I think something next to him right there that has a... What's his name? Woebringer. I feel like it's a heck of a title to have given yourself. Dude, are you just gonna let me trounce you? Because, I mean, I'm fine with it, but I feel bad for you. Yeah, let's just stomp you onto the ground, put you out of your misery. Jeez. Can I loot you and get whatever that was? God. I just felt bad for you. Yeah, that arrow is not going away, man. They meant that one as a permanent injury. You didn't realize that you could be permanently arrowed through the heel in this game if you screwed it up. How does this work? Do I have to, like, ram it or something? I think I have to ram it or something. Something's not right here. Unlock final gate, so I guess I have to go around the edges or something like that. Right. They're way up. Yeah, I guess it's right here. It's a puzzle. Yeah. I thought your little petty walls would keep me out, did you? It's weird to use triggers to play this game, but that's what I'm doing. You definitely you get used to it after a couple seconds there. The light is the top shoulder, and the bottom trigger is heavy. So you gotta kind of alternate back and forth between them to make it do what you want it to do. Stomp! It's so satisfying to stomp people. Open sesame. Man, you guys are not doing too well. Like, if this is an assault, like a multi-tiered level thing, this is not working out for anybody. You know, there are a lot of guys right here. I got a better idea. Hold on. There's a lot of guys. I got a way of handling that. Jeez, that just cracks their shields. Look at that. They can't even stand up to it, man. It's just like, God, this murders people. Two-handed axe for the win. Hey, man, guess what? Axe. Collect some god berries. Yeah, man, I'm having a lot of fun with it. This is one of those games that I was like, I'm gonna waste a lot of time on this, regardless if I get a review copy or not. So I'm like, yeah, please, that'd be awesome if you guys would give me one. Oh, this is so much fun. Like, it really is a Viking fantasy simulator. And ironically, I always thought the Vikings were sort of the bad guys in it. But they do a good job of making you want to be a Viking so far. You know what I mean? Like, it makes it feel like, oh, this is just a harsh world and you're part of it. And I know when you get to England, even then, you're not necessarily the bad guys. Which, I mean, is true to reality. They weren't just bad guys. I mean, they were settlers. They were, you know, allying as mercenaries. There's a whole bunch more stuff going on right here. Oh, yeah, man. Well, I mean, I had to buff up a little bit before you can just go complete ham with a double-handed axe. Here we go. Go Lone Viking Berserker on Stamford Bridge, just going through, folks. Golly. You. Like, the game's like, you have no stamina. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just going to keep swinging. I contacted them for a review copy, and they're like, yeah, okay, we're cool with that. I'm like, you guys are awesome. Appreciate it. Hey, don't hit me during a cutscene.
You are a shadow of your father, Gordon. Weak and witless. And you will leave this place as ashes.
This is a really big meat haul, by the way. Like, holy crap, this is multi-story. This is like the biggest meat hauls on record. Okay, so we're going there just like trying to kill him before he burns the place down. I'm okay with that. I just kind of surprised that's what our modus operandi is here. I guess this is a trap that didn't work. Is there a haystack? No.
The coward gone, please.
I'm not sure if we'll hit all 9 realms of the World Tree, but I do think that we're going to... I know we're going to some of the Valhalla realms, I would suppose, but Ireland and later Paris are definitely on the menu as well. And apparently also North America, based on another thing. His accent is strong. Waka waka. I don't think there's a jump down right here. You know what? Someone was asking about... Oh no, I fell. Oh. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was about to make an ass out of myself.
Eivor, the breath of battle rises from my brow. The scouts will sing of this night.
We have won the day, but Gorm escaped. He's fled north to King Harald's domain.
Let that bruised piglet run where he may. His father is dead. His clan is no more. We are the masters of Ryavike.
I'm wondering how they're going to work it in here, though, with North America.
Eivor, stop. And listen. You have reclaimed your honor.
Yeah, that guy's going to come back to haunt you. Let's be honest here.
We will celebrate.
You're right, brother. You're always right.
Guthormur, relay news of our victory to your nephew, the king.
I have done so already, Sigurd. He'll be more than pleased, and will ensure you.
It's Guthrum here instead of Guthrum, but it's Guthorm. I do wonder if that's supposed to be Guthrum, who appears later on in Viking history, like attacking England.
Kings, and you will soon have a crown of your own.
If the fates have spun it so, linger here and loot what you
Oh,
can.
North America's through a mission? Oh. How are you so knowledgeable, Medjay, besides having an Assassin's Creed Valhalla logo for your title? I mean, it's a bit early, but I mean, I don't know. The dates get a little squirrely. I mean, the simple fact is, with Viking stuff, I mean, when exactly stuff happened is sort of... I mean, we're within the realm. I think around, like you said, 900. But I mean, the Alfred the Great's happening 878. So I mean, it's not that far off. You know, that's the guy who they recorded as having gone there and come back. But even then, there were stories of fishermen who had visited the distant lands. I mean, that's why he made sure to go and do it. It wasn't like he just sailed off into the unknown there. So, you know, there's definitely some precedent for that sort of stuff. All right, there is some golden treasure here somewhere. Right. You know, be hush. Well, that is my family returning after a lengthy sojourn to let me play there, and I think I'm going to loot this, and this is as good a spot as any to stop for the evening, especially with what can only be... Oh, that is a flail. Hold on, I actually do want to see the flail first. B, hush. I just want to see the flail before anything else happens. Oh, that is a flail. Oh, that is cool. That is totally not even remotely historical, but I love that. Oh, this is some Castlevania stuff. Oh, I found a new favorite weapon. I'm going to beat people with that. That is fun. Alright, guys. Have a good one out there. It's been fun playing with you. When we get back next time, we'll keep on from right here. Thanks for tuning in for this early access to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm glad to show it to you. I'll probably show some more tomorrow night, I think. Or maybe even later on tonight. We'll see. Have a good one there, folks.